So, most people would say that getting into the property is the only cost that you have to look at. The cost of actually holding the property is a bigger thing to look at as well when you're preparing to buy multifamily, because a lot of investors, they would say, well, I have this much money and I have the money down. That's great. But what happens after you buy the property? Well, after you buy the property, you do see some costs that come in. So let me give you some examples of the costs I'm referring to. The cost I'm referring to would be if a roof was to get damaged, what would you do? A roof for a multifamily building costs 50 grand to $70,000. Who has that kind of money? So being prepared with at least a portion of that could be really helpful. Turnovers for units, that's the biggest one. We spend an average of $3,000 to $5,000 when we're doing turnovers, and that's just replacing flooring, lights, and some paint. That's not even a gut renovation, but it does cost $3,000 to $5,000 to do that. And imagine you having multiple units like we have. When you're having to spend $3,000 to $5,000 and you didn't even plan for it, how do you manage to turn over your units and get top rents? One that we dealt with last year was the boiler. My boiler caught fire and we had to replace it within 3 days. That boiler cost us $6,000 for our 8-plex that we had. Imagine if you did not have that money. These are all costs that kind of go in with carrying this amount of property or this amount of units that we have. And what I would always suggest to new investors always is to have a reserve fund.